Hey guys, it's Jam. For many of us, it is tax time this year, and we are going through our Chia wallet. So I'm going to give you some tools of how to help do your taxes easier with Chia. I know there are some tools out there. I know SpaceCan just released their one. I actually haven't taken a look at that yet, but I'm sure it's great because I know the guys over there. But the stuff I'm going to go through is built by Chris at Chia, and he has a nice free tool called XCH Report, and it's just written in Go. And if you look at the README, it just says, Go run main Go. And if you do a, Chia wallet show, it's whatever wallet you're currently on. So if you have multiple wallets on the system, just select the wallet fingerprint. And what you're going to do is just run this Go main Go, and it's going to output this transaction CSV. And this is just a CSV of all your transactions. So it's pretty straightforward. You can pop it into Excel and go text to columns, yay, comma, and there you go. You have coin, height, date, inbound or outbound, and total number of transactions. This is pretty easy. This is just a pooling wallet. You can see all my pool transactions. But on my wallet, my personal wallets, I have two wallets. They go back all the way until basically, I had these since mainnet launch. They have, each one of these wallets has hundreds of thousands of transactions of dust. I have like 800,000 or 900,000 transactions or something like that. And then pool transactions, I don't think I set the pool payout, to threshold to 1 for a long time. So I have like tens of thousands of pool transactions. I had hardened and unhardened keys because these are older wallets before the new observer keys. So, I mean, it was just a nightmare. So thankfully, Chris has a tool called ChiaTracker. You can go here to app.ChiaTracker.com, and he's given me a little account. I can mess around with this. So thankfully, this tool is going to make our life super easy. So the first thing we need to do is get our master public key. So if you do Chia keys show, you will see your keys here. We're going to copy our master public key. So from this key, they can derive all your other keys. We're just going to call this JM1. If you had any dust in your wallet, you could set a threshold. I could say, I didn't have any dust in this account, but I could say, okay, anything under 5 mojo will remove. Auto-approve farm transactions, additional addresses. So if you had a wallet before Chia 1.3, you will have unhardened keys, and you will need to do this. And if you ever did Chia wallet get address in the old client, it would just give you a new hardened address. And so if you just do this command, Chia keys derive wallet address, the -D is for the old hardened keys. These keys do not use the master public key. These are like more private, more secure, but it's more pain in the ass, right? Because you can't track it. So if you do this command, you can pop open. It'll give you a bunch of the old addresses. So this wallet was a new address. I've had it pretty recently, so I know all my wallet addresses I've ever used are in this master public key. So I don't need to do that. But if you have an old wallet, you'll need to do this. The pool contract address, again, you'll have to go do a Chia plot NFT show, and you'll see your contract address here. Again, you'll need this especially for self-pooling because it needs to know this is your pool contract address right here. You'll need to know this because if it's self-pooling, it needs to track this plot NFT to make sure that it's auto-classifying correctly. Okay, so I can save this, and we're going to wait a sec while it syncs here in the background. All right, so we can see our wallet here is synced. We can hop over to transactions, and you'll see I have pending review. So here it didn't actually pick up my pool address. So we're going to see here, we're going to go click on this. I know this is a pooling reward, and it's going to say unknown. Here's my receive address. So what I can do, and I could do this too, I could look up my launcher on Spacepool and make sure I can check what the receive address is for my Spacepool payouts. But I can just copy this receive address here, and I can go into wallets, and I can set up an auto rule. So I can say, I want an auto classification rule that if the address is this farming reward address and it's, let's say less than 1.5 Chia, because the pool payout's never going to be more than that. I think it's like 1 is whatever space pool maximum. Then I can auto classify these as farmed pool, and I'm going to auto approve these. Now, if I click save here, it's going to go off in the background. So you can see this syncing, and it's going to go auto classify all those pool rewards to that pool address. And again, you can find this if you manually set your pool address. You can do it that way. If you you know, whatever you want to do this to find it. But you'll definitely want to figure out which ones are your pool addresses and classify them if the tool doesn't auto-classify them. So you can see here now that synced and it auto-classified the reviewed transactions. And I just have 5 more that are pending review. So I could click in here and kind of find out what these are. This looks like my initial funding of the Plaid NFT. So I probably just was a transfer. And so if I really cared, I could go in here and change to transfer for my wallet because I funded this. Here I spent one mojo. This was my Plaid NFT that I probably sent. Here you can see this automatically classified this 5xth as a fee, so I can just approve these. And you could go through and auto approve all the fees that are less than 5 mojos or whatever if you wanted to. And okay, so after you have no pending review, so if I go back here now and it should say 0 pending review, I can go over to reports and I'm going to click on 2022 and it's going to show me my total income was for 2022 was 0.98 Chia. And I've made $35.74 of revenue, and I would have to claim that on my taxes. And again, if you want to, download the CSV for importing into CoinTracker or Token Tax or any of these tax softwares, you can download it here, and it has the wallet ID, the transactions, the height, transfers, all the type that you classified them at, amount received, and then this is the most important, this received fair market value. And so you could now, by month or by day or whatever, you can figure out how much, if you're uploading these to a tax service, you probably don't need all the transactions. You probably just need it by day. And for that, you could go in here and insert a pivot table, and kind of, you can do stuff like date received, sum received, all this stuff. So you can see transaction, date, time. You can see I can just did it by month, by day. This is probably enough granularity for what you'll need for, submitting taxes to some other service. So, yeah, again, super easy. Big thank you to Chris. If he did not help me with this, then I would be in a big heap of trouble for my taxes because they're extremely complicated. So thanks again. And if you are in a scenario where you need something like this, check out ChiaTracker. Again, I know there are a few more that popped up right at the same time. I know SpaceCan has one. I'm sure it's great. I haven't checked it out yet. But yeah, again, ChiaTracker, check it out and let me know what you guys think. Thanks.